So, what a day it's been in terms of college football recruiting, and now we need to talk about the Oklahoma Sooners who joined the party, nabbing a top 100 player in all of high school football, four-star offensive lineman out the state of Missouri, Cayden Green. Today, we need to discuss why this is such an impactful win for Oklahoma, what it means going forward, and everything in between. But before we do, as always, y'all know the drill. I need to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, Y for yes, N for no. Are you surprised the Sooners land Cayden Green? And let me know what you're thinking. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it, and we are on our push to 15,000 subscribers, and I'd love to have you a part of this awesome community. But having said that, let's jump right into it because Bill Bedenbaugh and the Oklahoma Sooners get a fantastic win to end out this Friday and a top 100 prospect in all of high school football, which that alone is a big win. But whenever it's a top 100 prospect who's an offensive tackle who stands 6'5", 315 pounds, well, that is the literal definition of a big win. Because Cayden Green was an extremely coveted prospect, choosing out of the likes of LSU, Missouri, Nebraska, and the Oklahoma Sooners. Ultimately, it's the Oklahoma Sooners that win this battle, and this is awesome for Oklahoma's class because it gives them three prospects that rank within the top 100 players in all of high school football, and all three of them are on the offensive side of the ball. We're going to talk about why that's intriguing a little bit later, but first and foremost, let's talk about what Cayden Green gives the Sooners, and he is a ferocious blocker. This is someone that has got a lot of upside. This is someone who's going to continue developing and someone who could continue to get bigger. Whenever you watch Cayden Green, he is aggressive. He is going to take on the blocks, and he wants to initiate the contact. And for Oklahoma, I think that's exactly what they're looking for. And look, at the end of the day, Bill Bedenbaugh is one of the best in the business. I heard not long ago some Oklahoma fans starting to raise the alarms on Bill Bedenbaugh in terms of recruiting and in terms of development. And I get it. I'm not an Oklahoma fan. I'm an outsider looking in, but that seemed way premature to me. Bill Bedenbaugh, in my opinion, and please correct me if you believe I'm wrong, is easily one of the best in the business, especially in terms of development. I mean, just look at what he does year in and year out in sending guys from Oklahoma to the NFL, and what's more, look at what those guys do once they get to the NFL. You're talking about some of the best offensive linemen in the NFL that have come and been developed by Bill Bedenbaugh. And now, Bill Bedenbaugh gets Schmitty back in the building, and that, I think, is a win that cannot be understated. Because as much as strength and conditioning is big for a football team as a whole, and it truly is, anyone here who's seen someone from their hometown leave their hometown, go play college football, and then come back, you know what a difference 1 year makes in a college strength and conditioning room. But especially for the guys on the trenches, because automatically you're talking about a massive adjustment in terms of size, speed, and technique required to be successful once you get at the next level, because the guys across from you, they may have been in a college weight room for years. You're coming in fresh out of high school, and it is a massive jump. So Cayden Green is someone that I think fits into this class nicely, and especially when you're talking about Bill Bedenbaugh, who's absolutely one of the best offensive line developers in the nation. I understand last season there were some questions, but realize he had to work on an offensive line that lost Creed Humphreys, and by the end of the season, that was a solid offensive line. They just had to experience some growing pains, which isn't abnormal when you lose a player of the caliber of Creed Humphreys. But what does this mean for Oklahoma's class? We've talked about the impact Cayden Green can have, being a 6'5", 315-pound offensive lineman who's a top 100 player in the nation, a ferocious blocker who looks to initiate the contact, someone who I wouldn't be surprised to see contribute early, but as I always say with offensive linemen, it doesn't matter whether it's a 3-star or a 5-star, go through my videos, you'll find this bit. Offensive lineman is a position where I'm never surprised if they sit and wait a year because of something I already alluded to when talking about Schmitty. The massive difference in size, speed, and strength required before you ever even get to technique just to be successful. Offenses at the college level are no joke, and if you want to talk about a no-joke offense that's complex, look at Jeff Levy's offenses. That's going to be an adjustment period, something that wouldn't surprise me to see Cayden Green jump into, but at the same time, it's also equally not surprising when they don't, and that's for linemen across the board. Doesn't matter who they're naming, it doesn't matter how many stars they have. I have this take consistently. But now let's fully divert and talk about what this means for Oklahoma's class, because something Oklahoma has that I think is going to be incredibly impactful is a 5-star quarterback, who just won Elite 11 MVP. Furthermore, they got a top 100 wide receiver who I really like, and if you look at 24/7 Sports rating, not the composite, but 24/7 Sports themselves, they have him at number 34 in the nation, meaning he is well within striking distance of 5-star status. I think that's about where he should be. He is that good. He has such great upside, real elite speed, burst, and route running. I would be incredibly excited about Petaway if I was Oklahoma fans, but now you get in a blue chip offensive lineman to put the cherry on top. This is the type of combinations that can lead to these avalanches we've seen at the University of Texas, at Miami, and an avalanche that I believe we could see now at Oregon now that they've landed their 5-star quarterback. Those are the type of avalanches that usually follow your blue chip passers, but now in Oklahoma's case, you have a blue chip passer, you have a blue chip wide receiver, and you add in a blue chip lineman, and I don't think it's done yet. Remember, right before the Petaway commitment, I came on here and talked about how I thought Oklahoma was in for a big July. We're not even halfway through July, and I think it's going to continue for the Oklahoma Sooners, putting them in really interesting position right before the season starts. And look, first-year head coaches right now are killing it on the trail. Look at Notre Dame, look at Dan Lanning, and look at Brent Venables. All of them are going out and proving their impact is going to be felt, whether people like it or not. So, can't wait to hear from Oklahoma Sooner fans. This is a fantastic win, one that's putting your class in a real solid position with a lot of time and opportunity left to go. Can't wait to hear y'all's thoughts on Cayden Green, the newest addition, and a huge addition for the Oklahoma Sooners. That's it. See ya.